It's the most photographed spot in all of Minnesota, and for nearly 4 decades, one man and his family made it their home.
Lee Radzak served as site manager of Split Rock Lighthouse from 1982 until his retirement in 2019. But it wasn't just a job. He lived there as well, raising his family in one of the historic keeper residences. So Lee is giving everyone a front row seat into his iconic digs. This month, he's out with a new book. It's called The View from Split Rock, and what a view that it is. Joining us live to chat about the book and his time at Split Rock is Lee Radzak. Good morning.
Good morning. Good to see you.
Okay, we're going to take you back in time just a little bit, a little time capsule back to 1982. You were hired for the job. Did you jump at the chance of this, and did it make you a little bit nervous?
Oh, absolutely. I jumped at it. My wife and I were newly married just 3 months earlier, and trying to decide what to do. I had just come out of a job as an archaeologist with the Minnesota Historical Society, and we wanted to get out of the Twin Cities and move north if possible, and it fit in with those plans. And it's the kind of job I was looking for professionally, to focus on one really neat site and to be able to work with that in a variety of ways. So it was a great opportunity.
Yeah, and I'd say one of the neatest in the state of Minnesota. Obviously, big changes for the world in general from the early 80s to 2019 in terms of running a lighthouse, since most of us have no idea what's involved in that. What was like the biggest change over time? I'm assuming it would be some sort of technology.
In the time I was there, yeah, when I started, my connection with my boss in St. Paul was long distance phone call or snail mail, and the changes in how we all connected with remotely, and by the end of my tenure, you know, computers were everything, and security cameras, and the whole technology had changed. Also, what changed was the North Shore in general. When we came, there was no Gitchigami bike trail, there was no Superior hiking trail, there was actually hardly any Split Rock Lighthouse State Park. That was developed in the mid-80s, so we saw a lot of changes there, and kind of mirrored what the early lightkeepers saw in the changes when the highway came by and things changed for them also.
It's amazing that those trails weren't there at the time in the 80s. Okay, so you're talking about the technology, how it's changed things, but also you shared nature with a lot of bobcats, moose, and more than 100,000 human visitors every year. So talk about some of the challenges maybe that you encountered doing this job.
Well, a lot of the challenge was, of course, how busy the site is. It's that dichotomy of it's a very isolated place at certain times of the year, and it's a long ways from any major cities, but it's pretty easy to get to. And in the summer, it's busy. You get a nice all summer long, weekdays, weekends, it's busy. Fall colors, it's very busy. And towards the end of my tenure there, it was getting to be that it was busy all the time. We were expanding hours for the visitors center, and when the site was open, and more people were around all the time. Digital technology or digital photography made a big change in that everybody became a photographer, and we're out taking pictures all the time. And then came drones, and people running them, and people around camping on the shore all the time.
Now that you're retired and you know, living with fewer people staring at you, I would guess most days, do you look back on that and go, you know, wow, we were watched a lot? Like, is that like a memory that ever uncomfortable, or just it is what it is? I mean, you raised your kids there. This is what your kids grew up knowing. Like, it's just so much different than really any of us have experienced. Kind of explain like how you deal with that.
Yeah, it was challenging. Of course, it was a requirement of the job to live on site for security and maintenance and other reasons. So we knew what we were being for, and we knew it was a public place. we kind of called it the fishbowl syndrome because a lot of times people were staring, asking us, we'd be sitting on the front porch and they'd ask if we lived there, if we lived there year round, and they say, gee, it must be lonely. And we say, well, take a look around you. There's 50 or 100 people here at the same time. So at that time, when it's busy, it's busy. And we did look forward to winters. Winters could have been about 2 or 3 months shorter, but winters were a nice, quiet time. There were less people around, and we saw more storms in the winter, which was great, pretty interesting, but a lot quieter dealing with people. But that was part of the job, and that's what I was there for. So
yeah, I'm sure you met people from all over the country and probably all over the world that came to see that lighthouse. Well, it is a pleasure meeting you and seeing your pictures, Lee Radzak. Thanks for joining us.
Well, thanks for having me. It was fun.
All right, the View from Split Rock, the book, is available now wherever books are sold. If you'd like to learn more, Lee is holding a virtual book launch tomorrow night on the Split Rock Lighthouse Facebook page.